Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Hoven, your host of Ramos Law's Health Matters. Today, it's all about your spine and the shape of it. We're going to talk about scoliosis, what you need to know, and how to treat it if you have it and you've been in an accident. Stay tuned. Did you know your spine is supposed to have curves that look exactly a certain way? Maybe so, maybe not, but if you didn't, today is the day. I'm going to show you. Check this out. Here, I have a spine, and when we look at this spine from the front, it's supposed to be perfectly straight. When we look at it from the side, it's supposed to have curves that create an S shape, where this would be your neck, this is your mid-back, and this is your low back. So if you've ever heard the term used scoliosis, that's where if we're looking at you from the front, instead of being straight, your spine has one or more curves in it. So this would be what a scoliotic spine looks like. Now, the problem with this is the spine's not meant to bear weight and stress in this configuration. So if you've had this for a long time and the bones start wearing down, because think about this, if I put pressure on this part of the spine right here for a long period of time, it's going to wear that down. The forces are going to generate to the degree that we're going to wear out the disc, and the bone is actually going to get thinner or more degenerated on that side. Well, once that happens, then there's no support if we take it back out. So scoliosis, depending on how long it's been there and the cause for it, is a permanent condition. So here's what you need to know. If you're in a position like this, you can still walk around, but it causes all kinds of changes in the length of the muscles that go around the spine, that attach from the shoulder blades. All of this stuff will have will be impacted or affected, and so you're going to have to do things different. Now, if you've never been checked for scoliosis, unless it's really obvious, you might not even know you have it. But here's where things get crazy. Let's say you've been in a car accident or a work injury or a slip and fall, and all your body gets jarred, and your spine was like this before. Imagine if a spine's not meant to bear this kind of stress under this kind of condition or this kind of shape, if you put stress onto that, it accentuates all the damage that much more, so that now what you could have had just minor complaints of stiffness or soreness or lack of good mobility, you'll have a lot of severe pain potentially if you have a traumatic event with a spine like this. So if that were to happen, you would want to make absolutely sure that when your providers are working with you, that number one, they know you have scoliosis, and any good provider is going to be able to see as they're checking your spine, even if they don't take x-rays, they're going to look at the back. As long as they have your shirt off, they can see your skin. When they're looking at you from the back, they're going to notice that part of your spine sticking out is going to be seen left or right of the midline. That's going to tell them, uh-oh, we better look for scoliosis. Then, as long as there's no contraindications to you getting imaging like x-rays or MRI, then we could see exactly how bad the scoliosis is and know how to treat you. So when there's scoliosis, the things that we have to work on is make sure that we're working on the muscles that are surrounding the spine. And if you have a specialized trained chiropractor or a specialized trained orthopedist, they can sometimes get some of this curve to straighten back out. But that's something that you would want to talk to your doctor individually about. Whatever happens though, making sure that anytime there's an abnormal curve in the spine followed by trauma, you must get that checked out and followed up on, because otherwise you will be accelerating the natural degeneration process and amplifying any symptoms that you have. So in short, if you've been in an accident and you go get checked out and they tell you that you have scoliosis, you'll now know what it is that it's an abnormal curvature of the spine when looking from the front, and you'll know that you're more susceptible to long-term damage, long-term pain than if your spine is in the right position. Now, there are exercises that can be done, there's soft tissue work that can be done to offset some of this damage, but again, as long as the bones haven't changed shape because of degeneration, there's still hope of a lot of movement. But once they do change shape, it's more of a permanent condition, but it can be managed. So if you've found out you have scoliosis, know that there's hope and just keep going. Make sure you find good doctors, obviously, to take care of you, and make sure that you're having an anti-inflammatory diet. That's super important. When you're inflamed with sugars, grains, carbohydrates, all that kind of thing, high fat stuff, it's gonna make these joints that are already under stress have a lot more irritation. So if you have scoliosis, another good thing, take anti-inflammatory supplements like bromelain, papain, trypsin, chymotrypsin, proteolytic enzymes, fish oils, vitamin D, all that's really good. But then also make sure that you're doing all you can with relaxing the muscles through soft tissue work, foam rolls, lacrosse balls, and look to see if you can find one of those specialists trained in treating scoliosis. So I hope that's helped you as you've gone through and learned a little bit about scoliosis, what it is, and how it affects people who've been injured. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Dr. Jim Hoven. My email is jim@ramoslaw.com. And until next time, just remember, your health matters. Have a great day.